So this question is based on the following passage, which reads, "That's an interesting piece of furniture," said Anna. "Interesting?" said Mike. "It's more than interesting. It's a real antique. It's been made using a design that is well over 100 years old, using methods that are even older. You certainly don't get craftsmanship like that anymore." "But does that make it an antique?" asked Anna. So in Anna's question is our very own question, which is, of the following, which is the best way to state Mike's notion of an antique? So before reading the options, let's consider the question. The question boils down to, what does Mike consider to be an antique? Well, let's reread this portion of the passage. "Interesting," said Mike. "It's more than interesting. It's a real antique." So first of all, we do know that Mike does believe that this piece of furniture is a real antique, and what he says after this is what he qualifies as a real antique. It's been made using a design that is well over 100 years old. This is the first qualifier. The second qualifier is using methods that are even older. So we know that Mike thinks a real antique is something made using a design that is over 100 years old and using methods that are at least that old. But then there is a third qualifier. The last sentence reads, "You certainly don't get craftsmanship like that anymore." So it was also made with a level of craftsmanship that is no longer available. So with that in mind, let's consider each of the options, starting with A. So A reads, "An antique is an item whose design and methods of construction are at least 100 years old." So this covers the first two qualifiers, and is no longer currently made to this level of skill. So this contains all of the qualifiers. This is what Mike considers an antique. The correct answer is therefore option A. But let's also consider B and C. So B reads, "An antique is an item that was designed and made at least 100 years ago." But again, it's not that it was designed and made 100 years ago, it's that it was made using a design that is well over 100 years old and using methods that are at least that old. So for that reason, B is not our correct answer. And then lastly for C, which reads, "An antique is an item that was made using methods not seen anymore and whose design is over 100 years old." So similarly, this is missing all of the qualifiers. It qualifies that it is an item that was made using methods not seen anymore, but this isn't true. Mike is saying it's made using designs and methods that are 100 years old or older, not methods that aren't seen anymore. So for this reason, C is also not our correct answer, and again, the correct answer is A.